Hey everybody, it's me, Matt, and this is my list of the top 10 parts of my face. One of the most popular kinds of videos on YouTube is top 10 lists, so I thought I should do one too. The problem is I don't know anything about anything. Movies, music, TV. My first idea was to do the top 10 actors that played Chandler. But I've never seen Friends, and it turns out only one actor has ever played Chandler. So I was really racking my brain. What's something that I'm very familiar with? My face. It's the first thing I see when I look in the mirror in the morning. It's the last thing I see when I take my bedtime selfie. So there's no one more qualified for this. Without further ado, here's my top 10 list of the parts of my face. Top 10 Matt F Basler's face parts. My top 10 list. Number 10, my nose. There's an old saying that goes, you'd cut off your nose to spite your face. And I don't know what it means, but cutting this nose off my face could only be an improvement. This round-tipped monstrosity has pores big enough to drive a truck through, and it's shaped like a boiled peanut smashed on the filthy floor of a disgusting gas station. I think if I replaced this nose with a strawberry, nobody could tell the difference. There's no question. My nose sits firmly at the bottom of this list. Number 9, my teeth. These chompers could have a top 10 list of their own. Top 10 things wrong with my teeth. When my orthodontist told me I could stop wearing my retainer, I believed him. But he was wrong, and they all shifted right back to where they were before I had braces. Then we have my eye teeth that are really a couple of loners that want to do their own thing. It's almost as if they're trying to escape my mouth. This tooth right here is sometimes noticeably more yellow than the rest of my teeth. It's not necessarily something you could notice unless someone pointed it out. Now that I have, I regret it. But the problems don't end there. If we take a trip down to the bottom teeth, you'll notice two spots that are whiter than the rest of my teeth. Now, normally, white teeth are a good thing, but when they're only there to point out how much whiter the rest of the teeth could be, not so great. Once my dentist offered to try something to make those spots go away, but it didn't work and actually made them stand out more. If there's one positive thing to these nasty old tombstones, at least I've never had a cavity. Number 8, my eyebrows. Did two fuzzy black caterpillars just crawl on my face and die? No, it's just my eyebrows. The left eyebrow is maybe shaped okay, but its enormously grotesque size ruins any chance of it ever being a top-tier face part. Then we have the right brow. You might be wondering, is that a cool scar? No, it's just the way it grows. It's also worth pointing out that the reason we're talking about two brows instead of one is because of meticulous maintenance to the middle. People say that eyebrows are the windows to the soul brows, and I'd hate to know what people see when they look into mine. Number 7, my eyes. Really, the worst thing about my eyes is that there's absolutely nothing special about them. When you go to make a custom character in a video game, these are the eyes you get, 2 brown ovals. They're not helped by their proximity to number 10 and 8 on this list, but even taken on their own, they're not doing themselves any favors. A woman once described my eyes as the color of root beer. Is that a compliment? Who knows? I've never looked at a glass of root beer and thought, wow, that's beautiful. But now every time I look at a glass of root beer, I do think, is that what my eyes look like? Aside from not being especially cosmetically pleasing, it's also worth pointing out that my eyes don't work very well. I have astigmatism in both eyes, and without glasses or contacts, I'd almost certainly be dead by now. Number 6, ears. I don't know if ears are part of the face or if they're part of the head. I don't truly know where a face ends and a head begins, but for the sake of this list, I wanted to put them here because they are a part of me that is symmetrical, a part of my head that if you looked at them at the same time, they would look the same, but you can't do that because they're as far away from each other as possible. Now, if they were in the middle of my face like I'd like them to be, they might be number 3, number 2, but because you can never see them at the same time, they're right here at number 6. Truly a waste. Truly a shame. Number 5, my lips. The good news is my lips cover my disgusting teeth. The bad news is nothing covers my lips. There's always something going wrong with these guys. Whether it's that they're dry in the winter, I'm biting them when I chew gum, they're flopping all over when I try to talk. I guess from a distance they look fine, and that's why they sit right in the middle at number 5. Number 4, my jaw. Now we start to get to some features of my face that might actually have some positive qualities. Unfortunately, there is an issue again with symmetry. I wish that people could just be half faces, because I think there's something good there. I think if we just took pieces from each side of my face and I only had to be half a face, I'd be doing okay. As you can see, one side of my jaw is more square where the other is more rounded. I think each on their own would be fine, but since you can see them both at the same time, this is just a testament to how different the sides of my face look. Number 3, my hair. At 57 years old, I'm thankful to have a full head of hair and for most of it to be one color. I do wish the time between washing and having a hive of grease on top of my head was a little longer, but I'm usually back home and away from people before that happens. One embarrassing feature that keeps my hair from being higher on this list is my low hair. I've had my low hair as long as I can remember, and I'm usually unaware of how long it's grown, but I'm convinced that everyone else always sees my long hair and constantly talks about it behind my back. Number 2, my beard. For a face riddled with faults, even I have trouble finding problems with my beard. It grows in fairly full and even. While a lack of symmetry has been an issue with other face parts, the way the gray is growing in, which doesn't bother me in the first place, is what I would call charmingly asymmetric. It's also nice that the beard covers the other disgusting parts of my face. Number 1, my cheeks. Well, here it is. Number 1, I gotta go with my cheeks. They're just flat planes of skin with very few distinguishing features, and I think that's kind of what you want in a cheek. I'd put my cheeks up against Brad Pitt's, Jonathan Hamm's, Li Shang from Mulan. They're good cheeks. I think you could put these cheeks on just about anybody and they'd be happy with them. Maybe a little pale, but overall, a pretty good feature. I'd give them a 6.5 out of 10. And that's pretty good for my face. So, well, guys, that's my list. The top 10 parts of my face. Did I miss anything? Was there something that you guys would have liked to have seen on the list? Maybe forehead, chin. What do you think is the most disgusting part of my face? Put it in the comments below. Would you like to see more face content or maybe more body parts rated? Any of it? Put it in the comments. What parts I should talk about? Should I never talk about my body again? Is it disturbing for you to hear me talk about my own body? I understand that could be the case. And like this video, subscribe to the channel. You can follow me anywhere, just like online or just kind of around. If you want, I'll give you a list of places that I frequent, and you can follow me there. Make it super easy for you to do. If you want to hang out or something. I'm at Matt F Basler on Instagram. So cool. Okay. Well, shit.